right before they go really fucking off the wall that they dress so cool.
Yeah, it's like a system. It's like the same way a star gets awesome before it just sinks in.
Explodes.
It's very fast.
Oh no!
I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And 3,
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying anything specific,
interesting.
But like just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
So we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great. This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss. Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy boozy, and
got a fart, and this chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait! Hey!
Oh no! Everybody else,
Hey!
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just getting
how
music.
my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
the ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
I got what has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, "No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it." They're like, no, we got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update, not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single.
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No, sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bed.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
I'm not
one's not enough.
What a go for 2.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Yo,
Hey.
how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. I just shat myself, not literally.
Could go either way with you.
It could. I totally just blanked out. Do you know what I was doing? I was watching Mario Late's stream.
Ha! Now that's a
Just-
compliment.
Just
I'm
lost track of time.
I'm late for work because I was watching you work. It's so good.
Yeah. And it was like 9:58 and I went, oh shit. And because I was gonna go wash my face. You guys are just gonna have to put up with my dirty face.
Dirty ass face. Put it real close to the camera. Let us see it. Let us see those pores. Yeah.
I think it's too bright.
Nice.
Anyway.
Selk, you missed it. She already said she shat herself. You're too late.
Already said it. We covered it.
Yeah.
We covered it. How are you today, Chris? It's a bit
I'm
wild
alright.
over there.
Yeah. BC's like, I mean, right where I am is fine. It literally looks exactly the same. There's no problem at all. We had some wind where I live, but right now, at least I think 2 or 3 towns are completely submerged in my province, and there's no sense that it's going to be fixed anytime soon.
Oh no.
So yeah, it's fucking wild. The army's been called in.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Merritt just to give you an idea. Because Merritt, if you're not familiar, there we go. That's one. If you're not familiar, why would you be? Used to be the home of the biggest country music festival in Canada, and it was everything that I hated. But my friends used to have a good time. But now, there you go.
Oh.
As much as I hated those new country fucks, they didn't deserve this.
They didn't deserve this. That's rough.
Yeah, and there's like, so there's this basin where we emptied out years and years and years ago, like probably 100 years ago. We emptied out this lake basin where we now have towns and farms and stuff like that. And the pumps that keep the water from going back in and making it a lake again are overwhelmed. And so it is now a lake again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it hasn't been a lake for easy 100 years. And now it's just a fucking lake. It's all the farms, towns, all that shit. It's all underwater. The weather
is just going to get progressively more extreme and outrageous.
Everybody invest in boots. And if you're driving anywhere, have a blanket in your car. There was a shot that I saw this morning that was an RV compound, like a sales lot, had I guess strong enough walls that the water didn't breach it. So it still looks okay. And all the RVs are on fire.
Why?
So it was like protected, and then somehow a fire started on the RV lot. So the fires are down and the fire trucks can't get to it because there's raging rivers all around it. So there's just nature has overtaken it. And then the things that we take to feel like we're still human within nature are on fire. It's a beautiful metaphor for what's going on right now. Nothing will save us. It's fucking wild. Are
they unrelated things that they're on fire?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I didn't see anyone mention how the fire got started. Like it couldn't have been arson. No one can get to them. But yeah, they just happened to be on fire.
That's terrifying.
BC floods.
That's completely terrifying.
It's fucking wild, man. So here's a video of a highway that's just gone. It's this one, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, look, you can see the jagged edge of the road.
Oh my god.
There in the bottom left. Oops.
Oh my god, that road is just gone.
Gone. All the railroads are gone. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Hey, man.
Water is immense. Water, like when I was back in Ireland, I think it was at Christmas, or maybe it was when I was in September. It rained a lot at the time, and there was a lot of flooding in and around where I lived. But I remember we were driving down one of the roads. I might actually have a picture of this, but the water had fully just taken a chunk out of a road, and these are like country roads, just tar on fields, like
shit.
Just a whole chunk of the road was gone. It was insane.
Fucking hell. Yeah, when it happens, it's mind blowing. Like, because I mean,
yeah,
I spent enough time in and around the water to have a good idea of how little the ocean gives a fuck about us. Like that was, I remember that was driven home to me. I was surfing when I was 18, and I just ran out of strength, just ran out of strength. It was, I didn't realize I'd been paddling against the current, and so I just had nothing left, and I was just on my board, and I was just gradually being washed towards these jagged rocks, and there was just this sense of like, the ocean really is so unaware of me. Like, you feel so small and powerless. You're just like, it just couldn't give less of a shit. And luckily I managed to sort of like jump from my board and grab onto a rock and sort of clamber up. But yeah, it was very much like, oh, this is how I die. This is definitely.
Oh, no.
And the sense of, the sense of the raw power of the ocean and how powerless we are against it is just mate, like, people are going to talk about these floods in BC forever now. This is oh, let me see if I can find that. Someone showed me this picture that was showing all the BC emergencies. So BC is British Columbia. That's a province that I live in. 10 provinces, 3 territories in Canada.
Oh, hold on. Thank you for following. DC Calvet. Calvet.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the Troggies. And it was just, I can't find it right now, but it was like, it's fucking wild. I sent it to my friends of like a bunch of once in a century storm/events in the last 8 months. Wow. I think it was seven or 8, between fires. We had a heat dome where the heats were up around like 50 degrees and hundreds of people died, like Celsius. And now we've got these storms. It's wild, man. This place is worrying.
That's really scary.
Yeah, so we're getting all the grocery stores. It's all pictures of empty grocery store shelves because everyone's hoarding, because there's arguably no food coming in for the foreseeable future until we figure out how to get it through seaports, or people can afford it for air travel, but then prices are going to go up, and so like then you don't know what you're going to be able to afford. The whole thing's fucking wild, man. It's a crazy time. Meanwhile, my neighborhood, exactly the same. No change.
That's just so Chris Betts of you.
The park's fine. I got firefighters across the street. It's just kids playing. There's a big dumb Marmaduke dog that walks past my door every day. It's great.
How are you with weather? Are you somebody who, as in, what kind of climates do you like, or do you really care?
Can't take too hot. I was raised in a wet place. And so cold is fine. You can dress for cold. That's Steve Mooney. You have no idea how true that is. I'm just standing in the middle, like, I'm having a good time. Everything else is just on fire. As long as it's not too hot. I can't do a lot of heat. I will shut down and be furious.
You get grumpy, don't you?
I'm either asleep or I'm grumpy. It's one or the other. I'm in a bad fucking mood if it's too hot, because you can't do anything about it. That's why I don't mind cold. Is like you just put on more clothes, and then it's like, oh, I'm warm now. Thank you. That works out. Rain is great because it's fresh. It's invigorating. It's a beautiful place to apologize to the person you love. I love all that shit. I love chaotic weather. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I get that as well. I have always loved a storm. Like they're just kind of sexy.
They're so fun. I love it. Like my dad used to take us down to the beach when there would be big storms, because I lived right by the ocean. And when I was like 7, maybe 6, and my brother would have been 3 or 4, and my dad would take us down to this beach where there was this perfect formation of sort of rocks, and the way that the beach was, that these waves would gather steam and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then just bam, smash into these rocks. And that is the best when you're a little kid. I mean, it's still great now But when you're a little kid and these huge waves come in and they smash, and we were all like, we had our raincoats on with our hoods, so you could only see that much of our face. And we tried to stand as close as we could without getting splashed. It was like, my dad traveled a lot when I was a kid. So it was one of the few, like, this is a thing we do with dad. And then we go get fish and chips.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah. I have a lot of similar stories. Like because my folks, I've mentioned before, they were divers. And so when we were growing up, we were out in the sea in all weathers. Like, obviously not if the sea itself is too rough, but you can have a lot of wind and rain before the sea actually starts to do anything. Like, it's pretty chill most of the time.
Is it much different below the surface if it's choppy up top? Because I've been on top when it starts to really get like wild, but I've never been below. Thank fuck. I was never supposed to be. But
no, I'm not done much diving, but I know that my folks have been out underwater in choppy weather. Now it's one of those things where it doesn't happen often, but I think they've done like search and rescue in bad weather and stuff like that. So I think if it's wild on top, it's one of those things where the lower down you go, the more still it gets.
Yeah. It's like wind will blow underneath a set amount of weather. Yeah.
But it's very invigorating. It's very, you really feel alive, and I love being out in the wind and the rain, and it's frustrating if you're trying to get home from work and you're walking and you're carrying like bags and bullshit that you need to get home, and it's like an inconvenience. But if I go out, like I would love going out for a walk in the rain.
Another version of quack quack quack. Have you ever lived anywhere with real snow, like real fuck off snow?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if it's just because I'm from the West Coast, so we didn't get that. Like, we would get snow for like a day, and you'd rush to make as many snowballs as you could before it melted.
Yeah.
But when I lived in Montreal, oh my god, 3, 4, 5 feet of snow, like stupid snow.
Yeah.
And I'd just walk home. I'd walk everywhere, and all my friends were like, please get on the bus. Please stop doing this. Because we don't want to walk with you. And I was like, I'll meet you there. I don't give a shit. This is wonderful.
Is amazing. Yeah.
4 a.m, drunk and high, listening to hip hop. Wow, it's just hard snow. But I've got like good boots on, and I'm snug. It's like I'm wearing a bed. Oh my god. And I'm
great vibe.
I got a text from a girl. She's like, you up? I'm like, I'm so cold, and I'm about to be so warm. Oh my god, that's so good. This is living.
Very hot. Yeah, that snowstorm is like foreplay.
Yeah.
No, I get that. So we got snow like that twice, and one of them was much more like that. We got the Beast from the East in 2018.
Oh yeah, I remember those news reports.
Yeah, I mean that had us fully snowed in for 3 days at least. So
wow.
Oh yeah, like
I didn't realize that it had hit that hard out there, because we all heard about New York and DC and Boston and all that shit, but
West of Ireland got hit, and it's one of those.
How do Irish people react to that? Because I feel like it must have begun with joy.
Oh, do you remember that clip of the JCB breaking into the Lidl?
Yes.
That's how they reacted to that. But yeah, I mean, out in the country, it was great. Like, the cars we don't have the cars for stuff like that. We don't have the infrastructure for it. So it was just nobody going anywhere for a whole couple of days. And it was almost like being a kid again. I messaged the 2 girls that live, one lives kind of just down the road from me and one lives up the road from me. And when we were kids, we used to go for walks like up to the shop and up to the tennis courts and stuff. And we just did that for a couple of days, and we went off up around the village and found a field and made a snowman in it, and it was just so childish and fun.
That's great.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's so like that's one thing that
I'll see if I have a photo of that.
There's something that makes it so great of, and this is tied into why I think people hate London. But it's a similar thing where like within London, there's a lot of places you want to be, but you don't want to be in the in-between. You don't want to get from place to place. You just want to be in this cool bar, and then you want to be in this museum, then you want to be at this show. But everything in between is a nightmare. But the snow and walking in the rain is the opposite of that, as long as you're not in a rush.
Yeah.
Then it's like the journey is part of the destination. It's the difficulty of it, but also the beauty and the what it draws out of your body and your mind. And like walking in light snow when you can't see anything but white and maybe the occasional tree trunk is with no headphones or anything, just your thoughts. It's about as close to being your pure self as you're gonna get.
Wow. Yeah.
It's really, because there's nothing. The world is a blank slate. It's just for you. And then you have all these weird thoughts because your brain just wanders wherever it goes because there's no stimulus. And then you show up to a bar and you're a fucking weirdo. You just start talking to all your friends, but they're all weirdos too because you've all been in the snow for days. And so it really unleashes something brand new. The only problem with it that we had was so it would be like November 1st, blizzard. And then just snow until the end of March. So that's 4 months straight of just snow. And it's like, it's beautiful and it's exciting. And then it's your life. And then it's a lot. And then in the first week of April, there's always suddenly it's beautiful. Like it's summer. All the snow melts. People are in bathing suits. It's like 20 degrees. Everyone is like, there's a joy that you didn't remember you could feel.
Okay.
Oh, you're just free. You're fucking free. And then after a week of that, blizzard every time. And you see people crying in the streets when that blizzard hits because you let your guard down. You're ready to be a person again. And then the snow knew it and they got you. They just got you. You just let your guard down just a little, bang, right on the chin. It was a wild way to live, and it got me every year. Every year during that week where it was beautiful, I'd be like, "Snow's coming. This never works out. We're all in danger. Guard your hearts." And we all let it in, and then back to the fight.
Oh dear. I did find photos. So this.
Oh, beautiful.
Is where my family home back in Ireland. You can see over here.
That's lovely.
Wait, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Over here, that's a lighthouse. But yeah.
Oh, that's ocean. I thought that was sky. Okay.
That's ocean.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, this was all frozen. This is our pond. Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh, that's so magical. Nice. That's a great place to grow up.
Yeah.
That's real good.
It was.
It almost looks like white sand.
It does, doesn't it?
Because you can sort of see the like formations of like almost tiny little dunes on the yard there.
And I mean, it looks like it's not that much snow, but this field had very long grass in it. So
okay.
It's very, very thick, heavy snow there.
Nice.
And yeah, just covered. And I think it got worse after I took these photos, but yeah.
Yeah, I miss that. I'm looking forward to going back to. Part of me wants to, because I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with Victoria. Dogs. And part of me wants to just go to Montreal for the last half of winter, just to do it, just to be surrounded by it again, because it's just wonderful. And all my friends are like, "You're an idiot. Stop that." But
I think this is a video. Hang on.
Yes, dog playing.
I don't know if there's sound on it.
Excited dogs in snow.
Oh, I miss them so much.
Oh. If you're listening to the podcast right now, you're missing out on premium dog content.
Yeah, you got to get on this dog content.
Yeah, remember you can watch us on you can watch us back on YouTube if you like. We're currently at 25 and a half minutes into the video. So like for the stream, not for the dogs. We haven't just been watching dogs and talking about
I mean, I feel like that should be something we do though.
torrential storms. There's a cat video film festival in Victoria.
That's incredible.
It's just cat videos. How do you have a whole festival? Just cat. That's the whole thing. The poster is an adorable kitten, and its paws, and it's like going at something, and then around it just says "Cat Video Film Festival." 3 days.
Oh my God. 3-day festival.
So much. Just go on YouTube. What are you thinking? Why are you like this?
Okay. Can't show you dogs and not immediately name them and tell us facts.
Fair enough.
So,
Yes, meatballs.
The golden retriever is Odie. He's 50 kilos of dog. That video does not show his full size. Elsa is the black lab retriever. She barks a lot.
Nice.
And Dizzy is not in that video, but she's a Bichon Frise, and she's very old and blind. But we love her.
Aw.
Yeah. I miss them so much. I haven't seen them since Christmas.
Aw. You going to go back? Christmas is soon now.
Yeah, I'm going
We're
back
a month
in
away.
4 or 5 weeks.
That's awesome.
So,
That's gonna
are you
be
a
great.
Christmas fan?
Fucking love Christmas. It's the best.
Some people don't like Christmas, man.
I know they're dead. That's fine. That's fine.
Right?
Some people were alive and dead. That's where they got the idea for zombies. Is they met someone that didn't like Christmas and they went, "You're already dead." So
That's exactly it.
yeah, and they were like, "I'm Jewish," and it's like, "I got Jewish friends that like Christmas. That's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no
I know,
excuse.
right?
You can enjoy
Christmas
the
isn't
warmth."
about religion.
No, it hasn't been
Christmas
for
has
years.
been a capitalist scheme for years that we can. It's the only good thing of capitalism.
So I've been trying to write like a bit about this for ages, but I think I just love it, like the fact of it too much, and so I haven't been able to make it funny. But I think that it's like Christmas is exactly what we should model everything that we're trying to get rid of and replace from the past with, because Christmas did the impossible thing of getting rid of the original like religious undertones of Christmas. Nobody cared. Nobody talks about Christ at all now. It's Santa. But they kept the magic.
Ireland is still kind of into it.
I mean, yeah, some losers, but there's still but they kept the magic. That's an amazing thing, to get rid of the religion but keep the sort of sense of magic to it. That's such a tough line to walk. And even for people that are too old to believe in Santa, I still feel the magic in the end. Like it's special.
Don't dock Santa.
I mean, if they don't believe, then they're bad kids, and I get their presents. So,
yeah, I mean, it is completely fascinating. It's great because what's really interesting about the Christmas, even if you do pay attention to some of the religious texts or the religious traditions around it, what's fascinating is that a lot of people don't realize the nativity is not in the Bible. That story
I didn't know that.
That story is an apocryphal text, which means that it was actually outlawed by the people who put together the Bible. They were like, no, this is not what we consider canon. This is not what we consider part of the religious, this is not what we want to keep in our religion moving forward. They actually outlawed it as a story, but because people loved it so much, it survived.
Oh my God.
To the point where most schools will still put on a nativity every single year. You know,
tons of them. You see the little nativity Playmobil Lego setup outside of churches all the time.
But it was outlawed by the people who put together the New Testament.
That's great.
What
I love about Christmas and Christians complaining that people forget that it's about Jesus is that is the very Christian thing, because the whole, like, the reason Christianity was able to,
most Christians haven't read the Bible,
take over. Oh, but this isn't about Bible stuff. This is like just the way that it's evolved and grown. The way that Christianity was able to take over basically and become like a monolith of a religion is it was super adaptable. So whenever people showed up, they wouldn't just be like, this is it and that's all. They would always be like, they would work it into whatever culture they showed up to.
Yeah.
So like in Korea, Jesus is Korean. In China, he's Chinese. Out here, he's white. In Africa, he's also white, but that's colonialism. If you I remember Pierre Novelli told me that when they showed up in Scandinavia, they just put him next to all the other gods.
Yeah.
And they had to make him jacked because he was just this like peace-loving carpenter. And so Scandinavians were like, that guy kind of sounds like a bitch. And so they made him super jacked and mean. And then gradually they just mean girls all the other gods out of the way until Jesus was left.
That's so funny.
But the way that they do that, where they just sort of grab it's Chad Jesus boomstickery. They brought Chad, Scandinavia got Chad Jesus. But so the idea that Christmas became something else because it joined the culture and it assimilated, it took over. That's the most Christian thing about it.
Yeah.
It was just everybody went, this is such a great idea. Thank you so much for bringing us this. It's ours now, right? And Christians were like, no, it's not bad. Too bad.
Yeah. I mean, that was a huge part of my course, my undergrad degree. I did a lot of Christianity modules, and we had to look at loads of Celtic texts because essentially a lot of Celtic literature couldn't be written down until Christianity came in, so it's all kind of colored by Christianity. But a huge thing that you kind of look at when you're looking at these ancient texts is this concept of the benevolent pagan versus the evil pagan. So it's like, oh, these are the good pagans that we're going to allow to survive, and then the other ones just get thrown up in the air and smashed down on the ground. And that's literally what happens in one of them. So there's
like when you were a kid with a parachute where you pull it back and the person goes up and then you catch them, but then this time you pull them back and then you just move the parachute out of the way.
That's
Was it like that?
it. Yeah, that's no. Well, yeah.
Seems like a pretty fun way to die.
He basically, because he accepts Christianity, God grants him the power to kill a man, and you're like, that's not what you.
Wow.
Not meant to be the message, I don't think.
That's a real Old Testament God. That was his dad. That wasn't JC.
That is the story of oh my gosh, I actually can't remember the names of the people involved, and I don't remember the name of the story, but I think it's Loigara is the name of the good pagan.
Okay.
I would have to go and double check what story that is, but it's one of the earlier stories of St. Patrick coming in and Christianizing the Celts in Ireland.
That son of a bitch. Boomsticker, I can't believe I haven't heard that before. The Old Testament, before God found Jesus. So he was still vengeful. I can't believe I haven't heard that before. That's fucking great.
That's excellent.
My name is Arun said something that I don't know if I've heard before or it just immediately made sense, so it felt like I heard it before. Just about the selling point on White Christ, as the Norse called him, White Christ, was the crucifixion and resurrection, because Odin did that on Yggdrasil, where he hung there for 7 days so he could get all the magic and the runes and whatnot, all these extra special powers.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that we kind of looked at a lot was this idea of so there's a guy called Joseph Campbell, and he writes about how ultimately there's only like 7 different story types. He's the monomyth guy. The hero's journey, the 7 different stories is another guy, but I know what you're talking about. Right. Yeah, I am getting mixed up then. But yeah, that there's just this idea of there being only 7 different stories, 7 different kind of narratives that everybody just reinterprets into their own culture and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
Hulk Hogan,
yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Vince McMahon, and Shane McMahon. Ultimately, they're all stories of redemption of somewhat, but that's it. There's nothing else. Stephanie doesn't get one.
Hey, Gareth.
Hey,
you
Gareth,
want to come on?
Oh, you've been ill, bud. Tiger's asking how you feeling now.
Have you
Yeah,
got
you've not
COVID
been very
again?
well. Which, okay, God, no. Yeah, okay, you're not feeling well. That's fine.
He's in bed again.
Mm,
Gareth's always so sexy when we're on.
I know.
Son of a bitch. Sorry, you were saying about the 7 storylines, and then I named them all. And then
Yes, you did. And then we got distracted by Sexy Gareth. Oh, I just remembered why I got confused. The hero storyline is one of those 7 narratives.
Okay, yeah, Hero's Journey, yeah.
Hero's Journey.
It's a wild book. There's a lot to learn from that.
Yeah. We have killed John. He's no longer with us.
He said we buried him in London. Try to find it. There's candy in him.
Yeah. Like a pinata, though, you kind of have to find the body and then burst it open. I went too far.
No. That's exactly what I was implying.
Getting distracted by Sexy Gareth is one of the 7 stories.
Stupid Sexy Gareth. Feels like he's wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. What was I saying?
The 7 storylines. The hero journey is one of them.
7. Oh, it's all of them, actually.
Ooh.
7 storylines. Hero's Journey is one of them. But I ended up doing my essentially my dissertation for my Celtic degree on the idea of, this is a long title, but it was the idea of,
wait, I'm going to make you big for this long ass title.
It was looking at whether or not there was Coptic influence on medieval Irish eschatology.
The title sucks. I would never read that book.
It was a lot. And it was
I thought the unfortunate events of Lemony Snicket was a long title, but nope.
Coptic
That's not even the right.
I
got it wrong.
Irish eschatology.
No. Oh, great question from Yes Meatballs. Did you amenitize the Eshtaton?
I don't know what that means.
We're just using words at this point, Ashley. If you can make up words, we can all make up words. So I never get a boner again.
But basically what it is, Coptic is the name given to area of Egypt. And it's basically
it was named after an awful woman who reviews comedy shows.
Yeah. I get it. We're so gonna get sued someday.
She knows what she is.
So it was whether or not in as early as the 6th and 5th centuries, Ireland and Egypt could have actually there could have actually been some line of communication between the two places. Because Wi-Fi didn't exist.
Is this an Illuminati thing where like they talked through pyramids or Stargate?
No.
Was it a Stargate?
Yeah. There was like a beam thing, and it was actually went up through the pyramids, and it would transmit messages to Newgrange.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's there. I've seen it. It's great. Yeah. James Spader.
Yeah. No, I think it was just like they're not sure if it was possible for them to have ongoing travel between the two places enough for actual back and forth communication.
Yeah.
It's
pretty far. Unless it was like Pangea.
Yeah. And so there was a lot of debate about it, because basically there's in the texts from both places at the time, they had very similar themes coming up, and the main thing was the so eschatology is any literature that pertains to what happens after you die, the end, like it's like Judgment Day, kind of what
River
happens,
Styx, whatever, all that, coins on the eyes, all that business.
They both had this idea of purgatory and the 7 levels of purgatory, hell kind of situation, and all of them, it's like you basically get eaten by a dragon, and then you get eaten by 7 more dragons. Like, you get eaten by 6. You get eaten by 7 dragons in total.
I love
you have
that.
to pass through the stomach of the dragon, and it's
We've already-
like, it's fascinating. But like,
Feels
so
like they
many.
really phoned in the last part of that myth. Like, there's an afterlife. This isn't the only life. That's a big thought. They were like, how many levels? 7 levels. What happens? Gee, dragons. How many? A dragon every. Shut up. Go to bed. Go to bed. That's what happens. Go to bed.
Stop eating magic mushrooms. But yeah, they each had stories like this, but there were so many parallels that were so similar that they were like, it's just this fascinating concept of whether or not they kind of could have come up with the same thing independently, or whether there was actually a back and forth communication between the two. And it was really debated up until a couple of years ago, like really only recently. In a bog in Ireland, they found a book, basically, and in the binding of the book, they found a piece of papyrus that dated back to the time period of this.
Damn.
And so that was one of the things I was mentioning in my dissertation-y thing, was
that's amazing.
That, yeah, there's that one tiny piece of paper is like, that could have been,
they
could have been
Stone type
sharing stories. Yeah.
Jesus.
Which is just fascinating. In I'm a history dork kind of way.
Yeah, no, I mean that's amazing. Like, I remember when during my wake and bake conspiracy theory phase in my early 20s, I heard Ireland had seen Egypt doing that material at open mics before. So happy you're not stoned.
This would be a ride of a story if you were stoned.
So when I was stoned all day every day, and I was watching a lot of conspiracy theory, like I liked the mystic ones. I didn't like current ones. I liked like history conspiracy theories, and one of them was about pyramids, and it was about how the timing of Mayan, Incan, and Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah.
And how they happened at pretty similar times, and they face in similar ways, and a lot of construction is very similar, but we don't have any proof that they ever communicated. Yeah. And how fucking weird that is. And I'm sure that they gave it, like, I managed to sift out most of the craziness from the conspiracy theories and just remember like just weird little moments from them. I go, oh, that's interesting. And then they go aliens, and I go, not listening. But that always, like, that's something that I always told myself I'd look into. I still have time. I can still do it. But if anyone knows about the pyramids, I'd love to know, because like if they found that papyrus there, then maybe they were traveling as far as South America.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. It's really, really fascinating. And yeah, it's just, but equally, it's fascinating to think that human nature is so kind of cyclical that people would come up with the same things independently sometimes as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
It was actually to the minute. My name is Arun. They started building it exactly the same minute. They figured out time zones. Have you ever seen a movie called Waking Life?
No.
Great movie when you're in your early 20s. I haven't watched it since, but it's basically
not in my early 20s anymore.
A bunch of, but aren't you though? There's a bunch of.
I mean, I'm definitely late 20s now, at least. So.
But there's a bunch of it's sort of short vignettes where they filmed it, and then they got different artists to sort of draw over the film, so it's animated but sort of lifelike. It's in this sort of eerie, uncanny valley area that's really beautiful. But the whole movie is conversations with philosophers. So it's different philosophers talking to each other about different theories of all kinds of different stuff. And one of them was about the collective unconscious. And so when they do, so when one person has a thought, suddenly that thought is available for anyone to pull it out of the air. So once it exists, then it exists. And so this is sort of in a quantum idea of consciousness, where there's an entanglement of our consciousness. And some of those things, that's the kind of magic where I go like, until we found that papyrus, I'm guessing that they quantum thought that.
Quantum thought.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
I'm wondering if I still understand this concept. You know, I'll be honest, I've done a lot of traveling and I've yet to visit a country where I haven't encountered Irish people. I can believe they traveled to Egypt back in the day.
Yeah.
We are everywhere.
Fucking everywhere, man.
You really can't get away from us.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of them.
Tried once.
I'm a sneaky one.
Yeah.
I'm legally Irish, and I just show up, and people are like Canadian, and I go, ha 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 ha, or am I?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't get away from us.
Boomstickery, this used to really freak me out. And so I read this book that was, for podcast listeners, Boomstickery says consciousness scares me because we don't know what it is. I lost a lot of time thinking about this. And then I read this book that was, I think it's called The Edge of the Universe. And what it is it's a collection of essays that are not the latest answers, but the latest questions to be posed by the latest answers developed in physics.
Okay.
And so it's like, this is what we know. Therefore, what about this?
What else do we not know? Yeah.
And it's like, it chilled me out because there's this one thing on sort of reality and what it could mean. And that's funny.
Everywhere on the planet where beer was independently invented, an Irish person arrives the next day looking for bar work. That's excellent. Questing time. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Raid. It's video
time.
Video.
Suck my beer dry, it's a raid. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream with John and Chris and Ashley. Stick around and give us a follow. You are awesome.
Welcome, Raider. Double raid.
Oh, wait, what? Double raid?
Is there another raid? Were there two
Who
raids?
raided us? I only see one.
Me too. Photo Sunny. Who's this other raid?
There's no raid message of it though, but if there's another raid, we can do the video again.
You say raid? Oh, Ted, we didn't. Ted, did you raid? Who else raided? We want to thank them for that raid.
Oh, Questing Time was raided as they raided us.
Oh, that's funny. Well, welcome, raiding raiders. Ha ha.
You're on a
Photo
raid
Sunny.
train.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Steve of the North. I assume that you are either British or Canadian. But welcome to the Troggies. But just to finish that thought, reading that essay about the newest questions on the basis of reality gave me, when they were like, honestly, no one knows. And that just chilled me the fuck out. Just knowing that the smartest people working on it their whole lives have no idea. I was like, cool, we're good here. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Yeah, that's nice.
And haven't worried about it since. It's not for me to know. That's what it turns out. It's
you
not
have
for
an
me to know.
agnostic approach. This is such a John's not here conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. We've finished sentences and everything.
Yeah. But like we talked about essays and things we've read and that sort of thing.
John is currently, for everyone wondering, welcome to our stream. We're the Untitled Twitch stream. We normally have John Hastings. He just got to the UK yesterday. He's out there for 6 weeks doing shows. He's doing a show in London right now. So he might join us for the end of the stream, but he might not because he's a busy working man. Baldy, no slurs. There've been no slurs. We know how John loves a hard R.
He loves it.
Please feel free to give us a follow. Thank you so much for rating Questing Time and for proxy rating Photo Sunny. Very much appreciated.
Nerdazoid, thank you for the follow. Oh, you did it
Thank
too.
you so much for the follow.
Oh no.
Oh, Ted's saying F.
No. Let's hope not.
Don't you dare F us. Briefly, back. All right, good.
Okay. Refresh if you haven't already, except if you haven't already, you won't hear me saying that.
Uneffed. Well, thanks so much for the raid, guys. This is we just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. It's nice. It's
pretty much. That's pretty much the show.
Yeah. If any of you are in British Columbia, Canada, I'm also here. I hope you're not flooded. I hope you're not caught between two landslides. I hope you're not drifting away on a door that you kicked the man that you love most in the world off of, even though you both could have fit. I hope you haven't made a bowling ball or a volleyball your best friend in such a short amount of time.
How many film references can Chris get in?
I know you thought you were going to be on a 3-hour tour, but look at you now. You're stuck. You're marooned. Luckily, you've got a lot of very useful people. You've got a professor. You got Marianne. There's Ginger, the skipper, who you would think would be able to get you off that island, but he's not that much of a skipper, is he? He's sort of faking it. You've got an idiot that you can just make do things. That's Gilligan. They named the show after the dumbest one. God damn it, America.
What one is this?
The billionaire and his wife. Don't forget about the billionaire and his wife. Their money's no good to them now, is it? They're going to have to learn how to function.
Oh, thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer? I haven't watched it yet.
Also haven't watched it, and we keep getting knocked down for watching things on our stream, so we're not going to watch it
anymore. We can't watch things on stream.
We watched a clip of, what the hell was the name of that weird reading dragon show?
Reading dragon shit. The BBC was not happy.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was called, but it was wild.
What's a British people?
I
what was?
I got to admit, I'm not sure that I mind that it's been removed from the show that much. It freaked me out.
It was odd. It was an odd show for odd kids. It was the fact that it was both Ashley Story and Mary Elaine who were like, this show. It's like, checks out. Yeah. I get that. You've been influenced.
I said I was just in Mary Elaine's stream. She was mentioning it, and she was just like, she did not remember watching that dragon thing. That's how drunk she was.
When she pulled a knife out of her cleavage, that was such a wild. That means she read ahead.
An axe out of her derriere.
That was so funny.
For anybody who's wondering what we're talking about, welcome into the show. On Monday night, we did a script table read of an original Untitled Twitch stream production.
Goddamn right.
Written by and directed by Mr. Mr. William R. Duggan. And we had guests, Ashley Story, David Hoare, and Mary-Elaine Robertson on. And it was excellent. I highly recommend. If you're listening to the podcast, it's the Informant Slot episode. It was fun. It was one of, if you're gonna watch an episode back, that's the one.
Yeah, it was a very special episode.
It was great.
It was I actually, because our YouTube video was taken down, I downloaded it from Twitch, and then I've cut it down so there's no fucking reading dragon that's gonna get us shut down. Yeah. And I'm going to upload it to our YouTube channel after this as well. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. And
subscribe to the YouTube. You'll be able to watch everything
all
back.
of our old episodes. That's right. That is right.
And if you sign up to the Patreon, you can actually go back into the archive before this was a proper channel.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
Some of it.
Some of it.
Some of it. Not all. We weren't recording a lot of those.
Yeah, we were streaming on 3 different channels. It's basically what we could save.
Yeah, that was real seat of the pants stuff. It was great. Yeah. It was very fun.
It was fun.
Did you have a show when you were a kid that gave you that weird reading dragon vibe? Because I remember we had a guy in Canada called Fred Penner, who is a sweetheart, made a lot of great children's songs, but his show, now that I think about it, was sort of like a what to watch out for kind of vibe, in that like he would be like, we're friends. Come into the woods with me. We're going to climb through this log and then we'll emerge and there's no adults here.
Right.
Here's my guitar. And it was sweet and it was wholesome and there was nothing like sinister about it until like you pick out those specific details and you go, oh, this is.
Yeah. It's almost like TV shows used to train kids how to get kidnapped.
Yeah, well, I think they just sort of went, well, you're out there in the world. You're going to meet guys in the woods.
Explore.
I met guys in the woods, not on purpose. They were just out there. And then And then I had a decision to make. My decision never ended poorly because they were tender lovers.
Because you like getting bum fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, we made the same joke.
Yeah. No, Steve, it was a CBC show. It was Canadian. He's asking if it was a BBC show. Yeah, we had Mr. Dress Up.
Mr. Dress Up. That's
you just had
by title alone.
You just had like a magical box that had a bunch of costumes and puppets in it, and it was all his friends. It was great stuff. Mr. Dress Up.
I'm trying to think if we had anything similar. I'm sure we did, but I'm not quite getting into my memory archive. I tried to bring up a show called The Morbegs on stream before.
Oh, you told us about this.
I couldn't find the clips. I couldn't find any clips of it. But yeah, the Morbegs. I'm pretty sure the Morbegs used to go into kind of magical portals and stuff as well.
Did you guys have the Magic School Bus?
Yeah.
Did you see that they remade it and Miss Frizzle's hot now?
Let's look that up.
Miss Frizzle's a fucking babe now. They did the opposite thing of the to that bunny in Space Jam.
Oh my god!
Right?
I mean, I prefer the old Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, of course.
She had a fun suit.
She looked like a teacher.
She looked like a teacher. Oh my god, they really sexed her up, didn't they? I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Oh no. So, no, that's not what I'm looking for. This one.
I wish. I don't have enough imagination, Sal, to be writing Miss Frizzle fan fiction.
So
that show was wild.
I mean, this is the old Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, just a nice sort of fun aunt vibe.
That doesn't really do anything. That's the old Miss Frizzle. There she is again. Fun and quirky. She had a little lizard dragon thing.
Yeah, her dress was always like a clue as to what kind of adventure they were going to go on that day.
Yeah. And she wears like spacesuits and stuff. They're really fun. Look at that. Such fun.
I learned so much from that show.
Oh, I loved it. I didn't watch the show as much, but this is the new sexy Miss Frizzle.
Look how small they made her nose. They took away Miss Frizzle's schnoz.
Yeah.
She had a big old schnoz before.
There's not too many other pictures of her.
Oh, I'll find one. I think there's got to be.
Oh, then there's a good then versus now. Yeah, they definitely changed her nose.
Yeah, she's young. She looks cool. They took away her schnoz. They gave her a tiny little button nose. The fuck is that?
Button nose.
Whoever learned from someone with a button nose. I say that as someone with a button nose.
Yeah.
I don't teach people shit. There she is. Look at that with her equally beautiful lover, I assume.
Yeah.
This is outrageous. Look at the eyes on this kid. This boy is straight staring at tits right now.
This is an animation. Somebody made a conscious decision to make him look like that.
That's the first time this kid came. That is in this scene right now. That's what we're witnessing. He just busted a nut in his jeans, and he's gonna ask if he can go to the bathroom for a second, because these are the two most beautiful women alive in this universe. He's never going to be the same. And the girl, she thought she was straight. Now she's not so sure anymore. Now she's
that's a questioning glance.
She's got the same. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm having silly feelings downstairs, and I don't know what to do with them.
I didn't watch the cartoon as much, but we actually had the computer games, and they were class.
Computer games. He actually does look like a young Chris Betts. That's not actually wrong. Mainly because he's nutting in his jeans. Oh no, F.
Are we cutting out
more
again?
Fs? This is an outrage.
Oh no.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
I talk too much shit about Miss Frizzle. Let us know when we're back.
Yeah, don't talk shit about Miss Frizzle. But yeah, the computer games were class. They were honestly some of the best computer games. I would love to play them again.
I didn't even know they had computer games.
Oh, let me see if I can bring up like YouTube's. Oh, we're not gonna watch things.
That's what kind of game could it be? Back excellent. I remember Carmen Sandiego had a game, and that was cool because you had to figure out all the clues, and it was history based. But what would you even do? That would have to be.
You went on adventures.
Oh my god! I want them to make like a PS5 new game, fully immersive, where you get to be one of the kids in Miss Frizzle's class, and like you could do it co-op, so you're a bunch of the kids, like your friends come in, and then you all have to fight a lizard because you're an insect because Miss Frizzle decided that was important today. That would be I'd play the shit out of that game. Mooney, how great was Carmen Sandiego? Yes, make it VR, not for the staring at the boobs. I want old Miss Frizzle.
So I'm going to keep the sound off so that we don't get
smart
clocked again.
Smart. I like that.
But we can just see what the gameplay looks like. So,
thank you, by the way, for sticking with us through our F.
So this is the game.
Okay. Oh wow! This whole game setup is giving me throwback vibes. This is so stuck in my memory. Look, they're choosing which planet they're going to go to. Oh my god!
And the lizard has a little spacesuit. So I think we had one that was space, and then we had another one that was under the sea.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it was all point and click stuff. It's great.
Our little lizard friend's up there. I forgot about our little lizard friend.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you learn things?
Me so much.
Were there space facts?
There's space facts all the way through, man. It's great.
Hold on. The way that they traveled, and now that we're looking at our own solar system, that means that they were in deep space at the start of this game.
Yeah. It was such a good game. The door was cranking. They're going outside.
Miss Frizzle. Richard, I am aware of that Rednecks game. It's very odd. It's very, very odd.
I think we're on Venus. I think that's where we landed.
That's so funny. Look at that. The sun is hot. The sun's too hot. Pick up your book, little girl. Hot.
See,
cold.
We're learning facts.
Did you guys know about this? That there's snow on Mercury and someone to build men out of it and chickens, presumably? I would have learned all the wrong things from this game.
I don't remember what we actually had to do, but I remember there was like little maze games and there's loads of little games throughout it. We played the shit out of this. I loved it so much. There's a good chance we actually still have the games. They were on CDs.
Yeah, you should play them. I bet they're online. Everything's
probably online.
Everything's
online. On Steam.
Yeah. I'm curious. Have you seen did you ever play any of the early Grand Theft Auto games? Like Vice City or San Andreas or even older? I played Grand Theft Auto 3 when it was still just from above. And it looked like, remember those like mats that you had as a kid? Or the people would have where they were like roads on it, and we
had those mats.
it looked like that. The original Grand Theft Auto. I used to play it instead of doing photography class.
Oh my god! Sorry, this was so fun. This bit of the game.
You have to jump on it.
Like, try and jump onto the platforms as they're moving and get over to where the boots are.
Get your boots. Nice. And now kill yourself, I guess.
This was so hard. She died.
Oh no! Saved by the lizard, though.
Back to the start.
Get your star, kid.
Oh my god, it's so slow.
Don't leave the star. Yeah.
This is giving me so much throwback. I'm gonna just skip forward a little bit.
Have you tried to play any of the games from your childhood?
No, I don't think I really have. I played a really old Zelda game that's on. You can get the NES system thing on Nintendo Store for the Switch.
Yeah.
So I got that, but I haven't really gotten stuck into it. One game that I would love to go back and play is. Did you ever have Taz Most Wanted?
Holy shit! I completely forgot about that game.
Yeah, it was so good.
What was it even? All I remember is liking it.
Yeah. Oh my god, let's see if I can find it.
The hell was Taz Most Wanted? Oh, you can download it. That's the weird thing is like a lot of people on the internet, and this is what's so wonderful about the internet, is that people just do things for you.
Uh-huh.
And this isn't how I remember it at all.
Look at it.
That they didn't need to do 100% full game.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Taz.
I remember it so much. I remember it so much.
You know what would be wild if you played it again is how hard it is.
It's so hard. I'm sure it's so difficult.
Games were so hard back then.
They were so hard. I want to just go into the actual gameplay because this is just the intro bit. Oh, this is a full run through.
Yeah, it's the whole game.
Oh my god.
5 hours.
You have to destroy all the posters. That's right. The elephant and the mouse. You had to try and get the mouse so that the elephant would charge out and he would destroy things.
I don't remember any of this.
I remember every beat.
Loving it.
This game, it was so hard.
Oh, Richard, Echo the Dolphin. That was hard even at the time.
Oh my god, I want to play this game so bad. Oh, I have lied. The one game that I did play when I was streaming games on Twitch back in lockdown 1, the one thing that I did get on the Switch was Spyro Reignited. And I adored playing that.
Was that the new Spyro?
It's Spyro. It's the old games, but they've remastered them for the new console.
Gotcha. Yeah. I never played Spyro, but I remember when that came out and people were overjoyed. It's a PS1, PS2 one's a nice one. Yeah, no, I missed Spyro somehow, but people loved it.
Oh, I loved Spyro so much. I was all over Spyro. It was great. And then playing it again as a grown-up did not disappoint.
Oh, good.
It was great.
So
it was easier than I remembered, and I ended up getting much further in the game because it was only through getting further in it that I realized, oh, I never actually was able to do this. Oh my god, Croc. Some Boomsticker just mentioned Croc Legend of the Gobos.
No idea. Never heard of that.
Oh, I'm gonna bring that one up now. This is just the rest of the stream, I'm afraid.
I like this. Were you playing Spyro in a nun outfit? I think that's when I encountered you. Says yes, meatballs.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's very possible.
I wish I had been around in the days of Ashley's solo streams. They sound like a good ass time.
They were a good ass time. This is Croc Legend of the Gobos. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so cute.
Downloaded Sonic 1 and Streets of Rage on my phone.
Yeah, this is Croc. Look at that.
I saw the cover for this, but I don't think I ever played it.
Oh, it was excellent. It was so good. I miss games looking and being like this. They were so good. Games are not this good anymore.
They're way better. They're so much better now. It's wild. They're so much better.
There's not enough of them, though, I feel.
Have you been on Steam?
Maybe not. Maybe I need to find some. If anyone can recommend croc style games. I think this is buffering on me now, so I'll just close it. Luigi's Mansion I played during last Halloween, and that was so much fun. That was a great game.
I missed all the Nintendo ones, unless they were on the original Nintendo, because we became a PlayStation family. So, like, I got to play Mario 64 a little. I got to play Donkey Kong Country a little. Miss Luigi's Mansion. Never understood the hype of Dr. Mario.
No, I mean, I will say we were a PlayStation family as well. I only got into Nintendo when the Wii came out. So,
you know what game you'd love? I just realized, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
you would love it. You would
I feel
absolutely
like I've heard
love
about
Ratchet
it, but I've never seen it or played it.
Yeah, they made a newer version a couple years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it's short, it's fun, it's very Crash Bandicoot, whatever that crocodile's name was, that kind of style. That game is right up your alley. Ratchet and Clank is so fun.
Oh, there's a new one for the PS5. That would be fun if I had a PS5.
I say that sentence a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone wants to buy me a piece, my coffee
Jack
page.
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter. That's fun.
It'll show up on.
If people want to drop these recommendations into our Discord, that would be fab.
We have a gaming stream. Yeah, someone said It Takes Two earlier, but I have that, but I haven't played it yet. But it takes two people to play it.
Yeah. If you can recommend anything on the Switch, that would be great. I do have Steam on my computer, but it doesn't always handle the games that well. It's not a gaming PC, so you know.
Mine kicks ass. I didn't realize how good it was, and I was out with a friend of mine who I found out recently watches the stream, and who I've known this guy since I was like 5. Russell, if you're watching, what's going on? He's one of the people I've known the longest in my life. And
do you know his username?
I did, and I fucking forgot it. But he watched my solo streams, and he watches this sometimes. And he was like, "So what are you playing Avengers on?" I was like, "Oh, just my laptop." He went, "That's for real. That's a fucking good computer, because that's a lot of game." I was like, "Oh, good. I didn't know that. That's awesome."
And to play it and stream it is pretty impressive. Like when I first started streaming, I was using capture card for all the games that I was doing on the Switch, and then I wanted to try and get into Among Us. And the first few streams, any OG Sisterhood members in here will remember those first few streams of Among Us, because they were painful. It would not stop buffering and going all pixelated and everything. I had to go into the OBS settings and just keep changing the output details to get it to work. It was so difficult.
Before I got this, it was a running joke on my stream how often my computer would shut down. Just everything died, and I'd have to restart everything. 5, 6 times, no problem. It was it was quite a thing. People were so patient.
I kind of want to play these.
I really want to play those. Those were my two favorite games when I was a kid.
The more childish the game, the more I'm probably going to love it. Like, I love really, really cartoony kid games.
They're so hard. Because there's an Aladdin emulator. There's an Aladdin emulator that you can play online just for free. It's just there. And it's so fucking hard. I don't know how I was so good at it as a kid. I couldn't get past the second level. I used to beat the whole game all the time. Couldn't get past the second level now.
Yeah. The game that I have been stuck on, and I've just not played it for a while, which is really disappointing because I actually really like it, but I cannot get past. And I'm so early in the game as well to be stuck. But I cannot get past, like, the first boss in Hollow Knight. It's just...
I had the exact same thing.
Oh my god.
I played it, I explored a lot.
Hornet?
And found a bunch of stuff, and then maybe I haven't played it in fucking months because I hit a wall and I was like, nope, This is not working. And
And
I've got to play it. I want to play it
Yeah.
because I remember Gareth was playing it.
I used to
rated
love
him.
watching Gareth playing it.
And I asked him, I was like, how are you doing this? Because I just couldn't wrap my head around this fucking game. Like, I just get lost. And he was like, honestly, the chat's helped me a lot. He's like, if it wasn't for the chat telling me things, I wouldn't have been.
Maybe I should stream it again.
It takes a village.
There's a very good chance that if and when I finish this teaching placement, I'm just going to stream gaming for 2 weeks because I need
really
to chill
fun.
the fuck out.
It's really nice. I miss doing my solo streams. It's great.
Yeah, I really miss solo streaming. It's just time-wise and commitment-wise, it's not possible at the moment.
Impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, this 5 days a week, 2 hours.
It's a
lot. It's a lot. We can't pre-record any of these.
I have Hades. I actually have Hades. I just haven't played it yet.
Richard, Cuphead is not a game. It is a punishment.
I'm not going to play Cuphead.
It is a trick that we have all been had by. They made it beautiful and fun, and he bounces, and he's got big silly eyes, and he drinks out of his own head.
Aesthetically, it is beautiful. It's
hardest game I've ever played.
But yeah, it looks insane, and I don't want to play it. I just don't need it. I don't need it. I'm stressed enough.
So pretty. It's so fucking hard.
It's
I got
pretty.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is like a samurai game that I'm very, very excited about. But I've got a couple
apparently
things
Hades is a lot more forgiving than Cuphead or Hollow Knight, which I like hearing.
Oh, Angel Interceptor. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for the follow. Pop Joe Phoenix 789. Welcome to the Troggies. Here comes the video.
Your raid video.
Suck my beard, try and raid. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream with John and Chris and Ashley. Stick around and give us a follow. You are awesome.
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much.
Welcome into the show. Give us a follow. We are the Untitled Twitch stream.
Thank you for the follow, Angel Interceptor. Thanks. Can someone please do a shout out for Angel Interceptor? Thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the follow. By Friendly Giant. I'm sure you've heard this before. Fantastic name.
That's a great name. It's a good name.
Real good.
Yeah, welcome in. We are talking about video games, just old school gaming.
Oh, thank you so much.
Which is
for
not
the follow,
usually what
Mark
we talk about.
Grimshaw.
To be completely upfront with you all, it's not usually what we talk about.
Yeah, no, this is new. Thank
Yeah.
you so much
Also,
for
if
the
you
follow,
guys-
Lady Plumpington.
I don't know how important this is, but I always see other streamers doing it. If you like quick refresh the stream, we get to.
You don't have to do it anymore.
Oh, you don't have to do it.
Apparently
Never
they
mind then.
changed
I'll
Yeah.
shut up.
Thank you so much for the follow, PK Mega Awesome. Welcome to the Troggies. Thank you so much for the follow, MX Phoenix Dog. Welcome to the Troggies. How do you pronounce MX as a is it Ms?
No idea.
Is that
I genuinely.
Thank you so
don't
much
know.
for the follow, Sliding Slew. Welcome to the Troggies. Isn't it weird that we've been on Twitch all this time and we almost never talk about video games?
Yeah.
Because I got so when we did the whole Batman bed thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went on. There was a sale on Steam of every is mix. Thank you very much, Nina. Mix is mix on binary. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. I'm learning. I went out and I bought all the Batman games because Paul and I were going to play Batman games on his Batman bed. We were going to do Batman streams, and so now I just have.
You just have a load of Batman.
All of the fucking Batman games.
So I got my brother bought me a PS3 for my birthday.
Nice.
A few years ago, anyway. As it was at a point where PS3s had come down in price and everything, so he bought me a PS3 because I wanted one. And one of the games he got me for it as well was Arkham Asylum, and I sucked at it. I was so bad at that game. I was so afraid of it.
Afraid of what?
Genuinely afraid of. It scared me, which is really weird because I'm not usually a scaredy cat, but for some reason that game just got my nerves up.
Yeah, you love being scared as well.
Yeah, I'm really not like, anybody that watched me play Outlast last year, that was a struggle. That was a struggle. But I apparently started in the deep end. But yeah, it was so hard.
Jeez. So I haven't played any of them. I've got Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. I've got Arkham City Game of the Year, and I've got Arkham Knight. And then I've got all of the Lego Batman games, of which there are 3.
Yeah, I gotta love a Lego game. I have some Lego Star Wars games on my PS3, and so if I actually do stream after I finish my placement, I'm probably going to stream that because I haven't played it for ages, and I love a Lego game.
I get so bored, and I want to love them, and I don't understand the appeal at all. Thank you very much for the follow, Golden Wing 6.
They're only fun for a while, I'll give you that. They do get boring quickly, but it's still nice every once in a while. After the pineapple spaff, Nino. After the pineapple spaff discussion the other week, just talking to people about it means autocorrect now always follows pineapple with spaff.
We're affecting the world.
We're making positive change in the world.
Goddamn right. Yes, PK Mega Awesome. Why haven't they made an Adam West Batman game where they just take the audio from the show and just remake all that? You don't need new dialogue. The dialogue's perfect. At the end, he does the Batusi. That's how you know you won. It's when he starts dancing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Adam West.
That's fun. That's that would be funny. And they would have all the spinny graphic in between scene things.
Yes, absolutely.
What are they? Transitions? That's
transitions, yeah. Sliding Sloop, this is wild. So Sliding Sloop says, when I first played Arkham Asylum, I thought the bit where Scarecrow glitches and drags you into a hallucination was a game glitch, and my disc was broken, so I bought another copy. Oh my God.
Oh, that's sickening.
Did you ever play a game called Comics Zone? Comics with an X. You're a comic book writer. It was like an early PlayStation game, I think, maybe Sega. You're a comic book writer who gets sucked into his own comic book and then has to fight his way out. And like you go between all the panels. So each little room, instead of going into a different room, you go into a panel and then you fight it out with all the bad guys and you try to make your way back into the real world because I think you
really
swapped.
Cool. Oh,
I think the bad guy from the comic book used your space in the world and you took up theirs in the comic. It was so fun.
That's pretty cool. That is very cool.
It was really.
It's
it was
not
really
similar,
good.
But for some reason that did remind me of a game that I used to have on PC ROM. Was a Nickelodeon Movie Maker.
I'm unaware.
It was. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find a gameplay of this one actually because it's kind of hard to describe. It was basically like a movie making software thing, and
what do we like, right, Boop Sickery? We're so fucking random. We're so random.
Nickelodeon 3D Movie Maker. That's what it was called. Now, okay, this has some guy over it, but we're not going to listen to him.
No, you're not.
But it was a wild game.
While she's looking this up, has anyone played SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated?
I have a SpongeBob SquarePants
$2.
That's fun. I have a SpongeBob SquarePants game on the Nintendo DS.
Nice.
I think it's
That's like having a mini disc player.
Yeah, it still works. My Nintendo still works.
So does my mini disc player.
This is the Movie Maker thing. Okay, I don't know who this guy is, but it's the only video that came up. But you would make movies, but you'd create. I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing? Oh my God, he's like really analyzing it. But you would like control the characters.
Oh, cool.
And put. Oh, this guy's so annoying. Oh my God, I hate him.
That looks like if Michael Cera played Ben Pope. That's exactly it. We need to save that link so that I can send it to Ben. And I'll just be like, I bet this guy's got a fat hog and he'll know what I'm talking about.
So wait, where is it? Oh yeah, so this is like the menu thing. Oh yeah, so you pick scenes, and then you put the actors into the scenes.
Oh damn! It's Doug.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy, monsters.
Yeah.
And you put them in, and then you would click them and tell them what they were going to do, and then you'd set them all up, and then you'd press play and record it, and it would make a little mini thing,
cool.
a little mini movie. It was like really old school. It's almost like learning code or something, like really basic, but it was fascinating. I don't think I ever made anything fun on it, but you dick around with it for hours.
Those are the kind of things that I start and I go, oh, this is really cool. And then I immediately get bored because I'm not great at it.
Yeah.
I go, nope, too much to learn, not putting in this work. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then friends just sit and tinker, and then they show up and they're like, I made a movie.
Yeah. That was me. That was definitely me as well. I would always overthink things, and I was always afraid of doing something that wasn't going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated the first part of learning. Unless there was someone there to teach me. I love learning from a person. If someone can be like, you do this and this and that, love it. But if it's like, you do it, no, I'm going to do something else right now.
I could learn how to do things, but I was always stifled in my own creativity. Like I could never just create things.
This sounds awesome.
Not for broadcast. I'm on an FMV game. I love FMV games.
I don't know what that means. What's an FMV game?
It's like I can't remember what it actually sounds like or what it actually stands for, but it's basically film. It's like a movie that you choose what happens in it.
Oh, full motion video.
Okay. Yeah. It's did you ever see me playing 5 Dates?
It's a fill my vagina game, according to David Hoare.
I played 5 Dates on my stream, and it was the best game I played on my whole stream. It was great.
Wow.
But it was like you would go on dates. It was made in lockdown, and you would virtually date people, and you had to decide what happened, and it was great. It was so good. 5 Dates was so funny. It was I got it thinking it was going to be a piss take, and then it just became. It was so emotional and so good.
Sometimes those games do that. I had that with Backbone, where I was like, oh, this will be a silly little pixel game. And I'm like, I need to know how this ends now.
Yeah. I should play it on stream with you. But it was just so good. But the creator of the game actually ended up coming into the stream.
No way.
Because apparently on that night I was the top streamer of the game.
Ah, cool.
And so he came in, and we were just playing it and talking about it. And he ended up talking because he was like, I don't usually chat when I come in to watch people playing the game, but you guys just have such a great reaction that I kind of wanted to say hello.
That's so nice.
And he follows me on Twitter now, and I've kind of gone in to see him doing interviews and stuff. And he's also really, really sexy.
Oh, that'll do it. That's why.
He's so hot.
Figured it out.
So hot. But yeah, he's really cool. I love him a lot. His name's Paul Rashid.
Paul Rashid.
You should all go and follow him. One of the actors in the 5 Dates she's one of the Doctor Who companions at the moment.
Okay.
She's very cool. Mandy Gill, I think is her name. She's great.
Mandy Patinkin?
What? This is something I don't get.
Mandy Patinkin? Is that who plays it? Did someone
a joke?
Murder their father? Should they prepare to die?
You know what? No, he doesn't. He's being silly. He's trying to make me feel silly. It's Princess Bride. You must stop that.
Never. Someone mentioned Journey earlier. I haven't played it yet, but it was gifted to me, and I can't wait to play it because everyone just says it's beautiful and intense. And like I was talking to Baldy about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I had to sit down after I finished it. Like it was a lot." I think it was Baldy that gifted it to me. Actually, it was very sweet.
Yeah, 5 Dates is great, and then the other kind of emotional game we played was Grease or Gris.
Oh, I got that. That game's beautiful.
Oh, so beautiful, so emotional, so nice to play, like really satisfying. Just enough challenge, but like it's really doable, you know?
Yeah.
You kind of just enjoy
I remember playing it on
it.
a Sunday. I was just like, I need something very chill right now. And I put it on. I was like, this is fucking wonderful. It's really, I haven't played it since, actually. I should get back into it.
So
it was really nice. Yeah,
my
did you finish
brother
it?
actually told me, I did finish it, yeah. My brother actually told me to look up, something happened to inspire the person who created the game.
Okay.
But like bad, I think.
That makes sense. I mean,
he told me to look it up, but he said finish the game before I look up what it was. So I never actually looked it up.
I mean, it feels like a game about loss. Like it's very empty.
It is, yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
It does. It feels like grief, I think.
Yeah, completely. Just full wandering the desert.
But it is gorgeous.
I love it. I started playing Portal 2 the other day because my brother gave me both Portal games.
Is that the one where you are in like a sort of a space thing, and you have to like shoot a portal and plan that it falls out in a different place, and
you solve puzzles basically. You're trapped in a room, you got to get out of the room. And because I tried playing the first Portal and I got to a certain point and then I just couldn't get past this level, and I was like, and I put it down. That was a few months ago. And then yesterday I was just hanging out and I was like, let's just try it. Played it for 2.5 hours, didn't even notice. Fun, so playable.
Oh, that's fun. I'm not playing games at the moment. I just don't really have much time, but I miss it.
It's fucking great. I love it. Yeah,
I love games. Do you know what? Like, I'd sort of forgotten how much I loved games up until the pandemic. That's been the really nice thing about the pandemic. I'd sort of forgotten because I think especially it's one of those things that people probably have a problem with me saying, but as a girl growing up playing games, it's really, really difficult because guys just constantly tell you you're not a real gamer. Like
how many people are you interacting with? Because I never interacted with anyone playing my games, but I didn't play online. I would just sit and play my games.
I didn't play that much online, but like I'm, my brother basically.
Oh, gotcha.
But like my brother, and it would be his friends and stuff, and then that they would have been the people I interacted with gaming, and so they were the people who would have just been I love my brother. I'm not trying to say anything bad about him, but
he's a toxic man, and we should all ruin him. Let's tweet him. What's your brother's first name? We're gonna get him fired.
But that can't happen. He's invincible. He's a white man. But yeah, it kind of wears you down after a while, and you just when I picked it up again last year, I ended up realizing, I am not bad at games. My brother happened to be exceptionally good at games.
Yeah, that's tough when you're in the house and there's no reference point.
Yeah, and so I always thought I was bad at it, and I assumed I just wasn't a proper gamer, and I couldn't compete or not that I wanted to be in competitions or anything, but it wears you down after a while, and I just gave up on it. And then when the pandemic came in, I just got so into it, and it was great, and I really felt like I could be a gamer again, and I'd never confidently felt like I was a gamer before, so that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've always been a hobbyist at best. Like I played a lot when I was a kid, and I play now. I never call myself a gamer. It's a thing that I do.
No, but you do it. You are a gaming person,
Yes.
You're not a gamer in the way that it might be seen on like Twitch or something, you know. But I think because I'd be the same. It's a hobby. It's not something I invest a lot of time into, a lot of money or anything. But I just, don't put the word gamer on a pedestal. That's exactly it, David Hoare. Thank you.
That's what the gamers want.
That's exactly it. Questing time. Welcome in.
Hey, questing time. What's going on? I don't know. I don't like calling myself any names that I wouldn't say to someone. So like, I never called myself a mixologist, even though technically I was a bartender. I would never call myself a gamer, because if someone was like, "Are you a gamer?" I would immediately be like, "No."
Yeah.
It feels weird. It feels weird to come out of my mouth.
It's not something I kind of advertise.
I read your Twitter bio. It just says gamer 8 times. Progressively larger font.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like I don't kind of push it. It's just it's more just for myself. I can go, oh, I am somebody who games. You know, I am somebody who enjoys playing games.
Nice.
I am 3% pro gamer. Exactly. I think it's more just like realizing that I can play games is the main thing. It's overcoming that thing of being told that I wasn't good enough at it and stuff like that. So yeah.
I got to do that for Sadaf with throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a thing where she was just like, I can't throw. It was like, why? Have you tried? And she's like, no, people just told me I couldn't. I was like, I'm going to teach you how to throw. I was a baseball coach.
That's just being a woman, though.
Yeah.
Just being a woman is your whole life. It's just being told you can't do things.
And what we should have said is you shouldn't do things. Stop doing things.
We're not welcome here.
It's not that you can't. It's that we don't want you to. You get it? But yeah, watching her realize that she can throw and catch a ball was one of the most rewarding things.
That's so
it was
nice.
Just this wonderful freedom where she's just like, I could do it. And then she'd be like, do you want to go to the park and just throw a ball? It's like, okay, like cool. But yeah, just had no idea how much it like weighed on her. I taught her to shoot a basketball. She's good at that.
You're
now.
Great too, Paul.
Yeah, we love you, Paul.
You taught her to shoot a basketball. That's so fun.
Yeah, she's good at that too.
That's the same with sports as well, though. It's just you're just useless at it because you're told you're useless at it. You know, and you don't. It's like you either have to be hardcore on the basketball team, or you have That's the thing as a woman. You kind of constantly have to prove yourself.
Yeah, either you're willing to fight everybody, or it's not worth the effort.
I know we've kind of talked about stand-up and being a woman before, but like, it's that thing of women can never have a bad gig. You know, otherwise all female comedians are crap. Took me 4 or 5 seconds to work out shoot a basketball didn't involve fire. Oh dear. It's even things like learning how to change oil in my car and stuff. My dad would always be like, "No, it's okay, I'll do it." And I'm like, "No, teach me how."
My dad did that to me as well. Do you think he was calling me a bitch?
Yeah.
And
you know what? I agree with him.
Yeah. I got real bitch vibes. I get it. Yeah, no, I get that. I feel there's a lot of things that I feel like I should know how to do because I'm a guy that my dad just never taught me. And I think I was just annoying though, because I tried to get my mom to teach me how to cook, and she kept being like, "No, I'll just do this."
Women are funny. Get over yourself. That's the message for today. That's the raid message.
Cool. I mean, it feels aggressive. Depends on who we raid.
Depends on who we raid. It does.
Yeah, the get over yourself bit is a bit accusatory. That's my worry. I mean, if we're rating George Fox, if he's back, then 100% because he'll get it. But
yeah, no, I think he's taking a bit of a break at the moment. I think this is gate. I agree with you on this topic. I think it's gatekeeping to a degree. There's a real notion that doing something for fun isn't allowed. Exactly it. You have to go hard or monetize it or something. Yeah. exactly. Yeah, that you need to be a pro, that you need to be really, really good at something in order to classify yourself as somebody who partakes in that thing.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a bit of an elitism thing going on there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like simplicity, and I find that a lot of the time names can add that. And so, like, this is just me. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but like when I think of we're talking about, people are talking about gamer and the thing. I'm happy for that to be a thing that you call people that do it for money, and everyone else, like, or me, I'm not everyone else. Me, I just play games, but like it looks like it means something. I'm not involved in the debate at all. Like any of the gamer, I'm not involved in the culture whatsoever. Like I said, I just play games, and I almost never play online because if I wanted to hang out with people, I'd hang out with people.
Yeah,
I'm playing the game because I want to be alone, and so I don't have that. That doesn't flick any switches with me. But yeah, I mean, if they're using it to keep people out, then fuck them. Everyone's a gamer. I don't give a shit. But
I think, yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't have to identify as a gamer. That's not it or whatever. It was just, I think it was just like accepting that it was a part of the things that I like and enjoy and should be allowed to feel comfortable doing. That was more what it was about than I don't need people to see me as a gamer. That's not important to me in that way. It was just for people to not see me as not a gamer.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's about.
It's not that you don't want to be in. It's that you
just
don't. It's not that you want to be in. You don't want to be out. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So Questing Time says, I didn't call myself a comedian until about 4 years ago. See, I was the same, but I liked it. Like that was a moment for me to, when I became like a full-time comedian and I felt like I was competent and I could work anywhere, then I was like, okay, I'm a comedian now. And that was actually nice. That felt like an accomplishment to me. It didn't feel like a gatekeeping thing. It felt like a Boy Scout badge. It's the kind of thing where it was like, oh, I earned this, and so I can use it now. And so I felt like I was on the outside, but only in the sense of it was something that I was working towards, and it was to be earned, as opposed to people who were like, you're not a comedian. But also it was like, I'm a pretty confident dude. And so nobody told me that I wasn't a part of anything because I'll fight them.
Yeah.
So I understand that my experience within that will be completely different, but the idea of not calling yourself a comedian was exciting to me. Like I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I struggled with calling myself a comedian during the pandemic. And I mean, I'm very early on in my career that way. Like I'm probably one of those people that shouldn't be comfortable calling myself a comedian, but I just don't like to feed into that gatekeeping thing. I'm not out.
Yeah, but I guess that makes sense if people have actively tried to keep you out of things.
Yeah.
Then it's like, stop it. Then I totally understand that.
Oh no,
but like,
yeah, it's like contending with imposter syndrome, but to a certain extent, I've kind of been okay with that because a lot of the time I'm just like, no, you know what? I've worked really hard to be here. I deserve to be here. So whatever.
So that, Richard, I used to do the same thing. So Richard Wright said, I feel guilty about using the word comedian to describe myself. I say I do stand up sometimes. I used to say I do stand up. When people would be like, oh, you're a comedian, I'd be like, I do stand up.
Yeah.
Until I felt comfortable calling myself a comedian.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, that's so nice. I did see Paul ask a question. This is not the point, but I really want to know what Ashley plays and ask if we can play together a team thing. I've butchered reading that comment out, but yes is the answer. I'll hit you up.
Nice. David, this is beautiful. David Horse says, I realized I was a comedian at End of the Road in the summer. Always thought I was trying to be one before. That's great, man.
Oh.
Congratulations.
I mean, I definitely still verge into trying to be a comedian a lot, but I don't know. Like I did a gig last night and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. This is, especially when, obviously apologies to everyone that was in the show last night. I spiraled and got sad at the end. And I didn't bring it back. I did not save it.
I had nothing.
No, I just spiraled and I couldn't dig myself out of the downwards spinning cycle. Anyway, but I'm going through a time at the moment. I'm struggling with what I am doing at the moment, and so walking into a comedy club, doing a set, even though I actually had that, and it rarely happens for me, but I had that moment where I blanked on stage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just went, oh, I don't remember my next joke, but enough for me to have to acknowledge it.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really frustrating.
Yeah.
But I think I recovered well. I think I acknowledged it well. I think I was kind of like,
That's everything.
yeah. So I'm not beating myself up about it. But even though that happened, I still walked into that club, did that set, and went, no, this feels right compared to what I'm trying to do at the moment with teaching and everything, you know. So that was a real moment.
I'm gonna chat. Try do this with me. Let's see if we can time it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make Ashley big real quick. Just ready? Quit.
Don't. Honestly, don't,
quit,
because I'm
quit.
Right
Join in chat.
there.
Quit.
I'm so close to quitting. I have until the end of November to quit and not be liable for the fees. And I'm.
By the way, we're not
really,
talking about
really
stand-up.
thinking about it.
We're
No,
talking about our teaching thing.
We're talking about tweeting. Tweeting?
Yeah.
Tweeting.
That's what remote teaching is. Just 140 characters.
Yeah. Tell it to ram it up their arses. I mean, yeah, pretty close. Hey, if you guys want to send me all your money so I can pay my rent, I'll quit.
I don't think they have money either. That's the wildest part.
I know. And that's the irony that I'm saying this with. Yeah, I'm going through time, but all I was really getting at with that there was just the going into a comedy club. I comedy clubs feel like my safe place. You know,
That's
even
great.
though, you know, there was a lot of discussion last year about how sometimes they're not safe places. I still feel like I have much more power in them than I do in most other environments.
Yeah, I love being in stand-up spaces. Like, on nights off, I'll just go and hang out. Like, I'd rather be in the back of a comedy room than basically anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's just
fantastic. I feel sexy in a comedy club. Like,
you know what I end up doing though? I leave when the show starts.
Before you tell me, that smile got me so excited about what you're going to say.
So what I end up doing is, like, I show up and then I hang out with comics and then I watch sort of the start of the show, and then inevitably I'm just like, this is terrible and I would be much better at this. And so unless someone's like awesome and I really like them, and then I just go outside and I smoke and I wait for the next comedian to come up, and then I give them a couple minutes and I go, nope, garbage, and I go outside. So it's like, I love being there until the show starts, and then if I'm not on, then then I have to leave.
Have you ever left the room and gone and taken a secret poo while somebody's on stage?
I mean, I've taken a lot of poops while people were on stage. I didn't keep it a secret. I was like, shh. Don't tell anyone.
But you have definitely left somebody's set to go.
Oh God, yeah.
Go poo. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, but is it that moment of like, I can poo during this set?
Yeah. Oh, if they're good, I'll hold it. Yeah. Yeah. I love watching great stand-up, but
I just remembered some guy telling me that he shat in a kettle once.
Sounds like a great guy.
No, he sexually assaulted me.
Oh no.
Yeah. I feel like there's some correlation. If you've shat in a kettle, you're not a good person.
you don't know where things go or when to do those things. You misread the room if you shit in a kettle. Yeah. Did I rush the stage to announce the poop? No, I would never take the mic away from them. I wish I could. I would love to go
think you
on
should
stage
do
and
that
take the mic out of people's hands sometimes. I was watching a show the other day and I said out loud, Jesus. And because the guy's joke was so fucking bad. I was just like, Jesus. I didn't even know I'd said it. And the host was standing next to me and just burst out laughing. I was like, he was just bad. He was bad at comedy.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah, this is True North Down, Kirsten, and that is the worst for everybody.
I've never done it.
You haven't because you don't go down to London.
I've never been to London, no.
Stage, right? You're facing the audience. Toilet.
Oh God.
Toilet.
Oh no.
And the entrance is right there. It's like the door is at the same. It's parallel to or on like the same line as the front of the stage, so everyone sees. You can't miss it. So they're nervous. You're nervous. They can hear you because they're physically right next to you while they're doing whatever they're doing.
That's so funny.
They're so loud. The flush is so loud.
We watched. That reminds me just of that clip that we watched with JJ of his gig.
Oh yeah, with the
there
line.
was just like a queue in front of him.
Absolute nightmare. Oh wow, and a bunch of comments came in. What are we doing?
If the toilets are the cheeks, then the stage is the butthole.
And I'm talking that shit.
Yeah.
I was in London for work and nipped in alone one night. I was really ill and thought I was going to pass out or throw up. It was the most uncomfortable night. I went, oh my God.
No.
Oh no.
It's awful.
So you were in the bathroom for like the whole show, Kirsten? Is that what you're saying? Is that you ran in and then pulled an Ashley Manning in IKEA? And just
yeah.
It's lightened up.
When were we not light? Is it just because we were talking about essays and stuff?
God, I want to know who was on stage for that questing time. Excellent question.
I would like to know as well.
Thank you, Tiger.
Guys,
Thank you for
we're talking about
updated.
shitting while people are on stage. Go for
Gareth,
it. You.
Gareth knows True North Down. He knows about the fucking toilets.
Yeah.
Jesse Cave. Oh, that's she would be so nice about it though. She would. She would never bully you for it. I would have bullied you for it. I would have had so many questions.
Yeah. Oh, you've never done True North Down either.
Gareth, really?
No,
that's shocking. They'd love you there. I mean, I know Ashley hasn't because you went to London once for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hopped on
5
a bus out of
minutes.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to get down to London. That was my goal in 2020. I was going to do all of my shows and then I was going to do a London trip and I was going to gig all the London clubs. But that didn't happen.
Questing time. No, they emailed me about shows, but I'm in Canada. 21 Soho is a new club that was opened by the True North Down people during lockdown.
Ooh, that's quite fun.
It looks really good. It looks really good. Why do I look like I'm in Ozark again? I swear to God, the lighting in this place.
Yeah,
is
your
fucking
lighting
wild.
is going all over the place tonight. Today. I don't.
Just in general. I think it's because I'm using natural light. There we go.
Yeah.
Just up the gain. You just up the gain, Ashley. That's all you got to do. I mean, we're coming up on 2 hours.
We
You got any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. No, my brain's empty.
Gareth, I was watching this game yesterday in Toasty's channel. It looks great.
I saw the Steam notification that you started playing that.
We are definitely going to play that with patrons soon.
Yeah.
Because Crab Game is awesome.
Yeah, Gareth had come into the chat. We were chatting with him, and then I saw Gareth Waugh is playing Crab Game come up in my corner, and I was like, "Oh, he's not listening anymore."
How much is it? Is it a free game or is it?
I have no idea.
Because I always feel bad playing games that you have to pay for.
Oh, it's free.
Free. Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, Mary Elaine was playing it as well. Oh, it's the next trend. Let's get it.
It's getting big. Let's do another. Let's do a patron gaming stream soon because I know we just did one, but they're fun. I like them.
They're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do another one.
These people were giving us their money. The fools.
No. Because we could even do one without John while he's in the UK.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Oh, questing time. I would fucking love to do this.
Yes, questing time. Yes, please.
I really, really do want to get more into D&D style gaming. It's a lot of fun.
I'm waiting for him to start up our campaign again. What's going on with Breaking
I
Dawn?
don't know that I have the mental or physical capacity to really dedicate myself to a full campaign.
It's pretty freeing. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I built a casino in the woods. I
like
pissed on a guy. I broke a cop's heart. I made him weep.
Ask them who won the last game. Mary-Elaine and Roscoe.
I forgot that I kissed a man to death. I fully kissed that guy to death.
Walk me through how you kiss somebody to death. Is it like you cover their whole nose and mouth until they suffocate? You cover it and kiss their whole nose and mouth?
I can't remember why I was able to do this, but this guy like came over and he was trying to attack me. And then when I got right up in his face, and then I just gave him a little, and then he fucking exploded.
That's such a disconcerting thing to do to somebody. If anybody ever tries to intimidate you, you just...
They don't know what to do. They get very upset. Tiny little kiss on the nose. Nobody knows. Inflict wounds. Thank you so much. Yeah, they get very... It's like I saw there was a fight that broke out at a baseball game a few weeks ago. And this dude was like on top of a guy, sort of, they were over the chairs, and he was sort of like wailing on him. And another guy came up and just put his finger in the guy on top's butthole. Just whoop. And the fight was over. The fight was over. That was a wrap.
It was over because he liked it. It was over because he liked it.
Ah, it was so good.
Can't go wrong with a finger in the butthole.
Finger right up the boop. He didn't even hesitate. He didn't try to pull the guy off. He's like, I know how to diffuse this situation.
That's
just
so
a sweet
good.
Little finger in the
What
butthole.
martial art is that?
It's called practicalism. It's called winning questing time. That's always the butthole.
That's a special move. It's the sound effect that makes it. Yeah. Because that's the sound that it makes.
Oh, if anyone, by the way, I tweeted this a while back, but if anyone is making films and wants to make a short film, you have my permission to make one that's just about a serial killer. But every time he stabs someone, he goes, boop. That's...
He's just giving you a free sketch idea.
Feel free to do that. I'm not going to follow through. I just tweeted it, and that's it. That's where it died for me. So if you want to make it, you let me know.
Will Duggan put out a fun sketch today. Go follow Will Duggan on Twitter.
Cheat Coon Doo-Doo. God damn, yes, meatballs. You know what? Way to go. Way to go. That was a stretch, and I like it.
Actually, whilst there's other folk...
That's another one,
in there, I'm sure we've given them, but go follow questing time. Go follow Gareth Waugh.
Jiu-Jitsu. Top notch. This is good. This is good stuff right now. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah. Jiu-Jitsu. I can't say that.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Cannot say that.
All right. Who shall we raid? I only have Sean Morley online, and I love Sean. We can absolutely
raid
do
Sean.
But if anyone has any recommendations.
Oh yeah, we could take a recommendation of someone new today, couldn't we? Could we?
Crapoeira. Krav Magars. Nice.
Akira Wolf. Okay, yeah, let's do that from David Hoare.
Cool. Before we do that, Paul Foxcroft has given us a little nightcap, something to watch just before we go.
Oh, I love these. I love these things.
What is a Ouija board? How do you make a Ouija board? How do you feel about Ouija boards? How to Ouija board works? How we can do planchette without using Ouija board? Is it dangerous to play Ouija board? Ouija board? My Ouija board is cussing me out. Is the Ouija board online fake or real? It's the Ouija real game. How we can able to play a Ouija board? Ouija board or whatever? How do I find out if they're a ghost in my house without using a Ouija board? A Ouija board game? What happens? When I was a kid, I used to mess about with a quiche board. Wah weg board. Is that how you spell the evil game thing? Wah weg board. Nailed it. Luigi board? The Luigi board? Making a Luigi board? Have you played the Luigi board? Can you burn a Luigi board? What is a Luigi board? My friends did a Luigi board and it mentioned me. How do Luigi boards work? Are Luigi boards dangerous if you ask something about ghosts? What's up with the Luigi board game? Is it creepy or what? Is it possible to die for playing this game? Oh, help Ouija. Do Ouija boards actually works? Ouija board experiences, help pulls, Ouija board, Ouija board, help pulls, help, Ouija board, Ouija board, pulls help pulls, Ouija board, Ouija board, help pulls. How to use Ouija board, and is it real? Do Ouija board really work? And if so, what happened? Where do I obtain a Ouija board? Do I have to make my own wedgie, or can I buy one from a witch or vegan?
I do love those videos. They're the kind of thing where they start off and you're just like, all right, and then it just keeps going and it ggets funnier and funnier.
Luigi board was nice.
We're not going to watch it, but highly recommend looking up the pregnant one. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, I think we watched that on stream once before.
We watched that before, and it just never ended. It was so
Pregnante? Pregnant. The pregnancy one is fucking amazing. So have you got the raid lined up?
I have got it ready to go.
Excellent. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you haven't given us a follow, please give us a follow. If you want to subscribe, you definitely can, but we prefer if you go to our Patreon because then we get the money and Jeff Bezos doesn't. Thank you so much for watching and all the raids, everybody. This was a great show. We will be back tomorrow, possibly with John, possibly not. He's a very busy gig monster right now. But we'll see you all soon.
But go and see his gigs if you're in the UK. Go do that.
Raid message is Ashley. What's the raid message?
Where can I get a wedgie board?
Where can I get a wedgie board? Raid message. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Cool.
And that's all. Penis into her vagina. And that's all. That's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes the sperm to the woman, and now his sperm is in her. Maybe you're wondering if a mistake could be made when having sexual intercourse.